Hey everyone, welcome to Craving Something Scary, where it's all horror all the time. Now, in this video, I'm going to discuss a new article suggesting the return of Stu Macher in Scream 6 and how the location of where the movie is being filmed may just be the catalyst that clinches his reemergence in the franchise. Let's go. So Screen Rant just published an article that reminds me of the old saying that the key to selling real estate is location, location, location. Because when it comes to Stu Macher's return, the writer believes that is indeed the key. Now, the headline reads, How Scream 6 Leaving Woodsboro Sets Up an Original Character's Return. Scream 6 Leaving Woodsboro and changing location is the perfect way to establish the fitting return of a favorite original Scream character. Now, the article begins, the location change of Scream 6 Leaving Woodsboro allows for a series favorite legacy character to resurface after 25 years since his last appearance. The franchise began in 1996 with Wes Craven's Scream, which featured duo killers Billy Loomis and Stu Macher. The two killers began what is now a universally recognized franchise with their gruesome horror movie-inspired killing spree. Scream 6 will be filmed in Montreal, Canada, marking Scream 6 as the first in the franchise filmed outside of the United States, a change that perfectly sets up a legacy character return. Audiences have been wanting Stu Macher to return for a long time, and many thought the villain would finally reappear in the latest Scream movie. While they were disappointed, there may be a very logical reason for Stu's absence in Scream 2022. Stu is part of Woodsboro's legacy, both because he is a town local, but also because he is one of the original Ghostface killers. However, Stu wouldn't be able to exact his revenge on Sidney and the others in Woodsboro because part of what makes the killers in Scream so effective is their ability to remove the costume and blend in, something he can no longer do with his infamy. Examples of how the events of the first Scream film shook the town are all around, from rule-obsessed Randy Meek's home memorial to Tatum Riley's ashes in Dewey's trailer. It's clear the town hasn't forgotten the events of the original killing spree. Stu would be instantly recognized by the people of Woodsboro and also by fans of the in-universe stab movies, making it incredibly hard to get very far with his killing spree. Now, I'm going to go ahead and stop here and just to comment a little bit because I believe that the article does make a valid point. I mean, I never really stopped to think about how if Stu was back in Woodsboro, there is going to be that factor of recognizability, recognition. And it's true. It makes a good point. If you're going to do this, you have to be able to blend in. You have to be able to live amongst others and be seen, but not be seen, right? So it does make that, I think, of what I think is a very valid point. And I never really gave that, again, much thought, but I think that moving forward with this being outside of Woodsboro, which again, I believe is going to be at college, and I think is going to be literally filmed at McGill University, as I've talked about many times, and moving to a new city and a college with a new city where, you know, Stu is not really known. There's obviously, because Woodsboro is such a small town, and he's in the lore of the city. I mean, everyone knows who's lived there any amount of time about Stu Macher. Of course, if you look at Scream 5, you can make the argument that at least the younger generation doesn't know who he is there. But I would think it would be very risky for Stu to return in Woodsboro. That really is taking a huge risk. He might pull it off. He might be able to come back there and not be recognized as he's, maneuvering in and around the town to do what he needs to do and what he's trying to get done. But it's a gamble. It's a risk. It's far less risky for him to go to a city where he's not known, that really makes a lot of sense. So I thought it was an interesting take. This article was a little different angle on Stu's return and why that we're maybe getting there, in Scream 6. I personally hope it's Scream 7. I've said that multiple times. I really want it to be a very, big climactic ending to this Radio Silence trilogy versus 6. I'd rather it be in 7. However, I'm not going to complain if it's in 6. Trust me. I will take it. I'll be happy, and we'll move on and figure out what they're going to do in 7 later. But anyway, I just thought this was interesting. That's why I wanted to stop for a minute, because it does make sense that he would, if he's going to come back and live amongst the town wherever he is and where these people are at, that it does make sense he would go to a place other than Woodsboro. So anyway, valid point, valid argument, I believe, for 6, in addition to the clues that I think that are there in 5, which I have another video on called Stu's Clues. If you have not seen that yet, definitely check it out. Okay, let's get back to the article. Now, it goes on to say, there are many things within the known Scream canon that suggest Stu is alive, such as him almost returning to the role in Scream 3. Stu has been on the sidelines for years, waiting for his chance to strike since 1996. If Stu had survived, he would either have had to spend time recovering from his injuries or serving a prison sentence. Even if Stu got loose, his recognizable face would make him instantly a suspect. Scream 6's change of location is the perfect opportunity to release Matthew Lillard's Stu into the world of Scream once more, wiser, fitter, and more experienced, ready to take on Sidney Prescott one last time in a place where he can truly reinvent himself. Stu's only chance at revenge in the upcoming Scream 6 is to somehow lure the cast of the Scream franchise into an unknown area where he wouldn't be recognized. Something impossible in Woodsboro to finally end the overarching story of the Scream universe. And that's the end of the article. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. I think that, again, it's a valid argument. It makes sense to me. It's a good point to get this done outside of Woodsboro. And it would be, again, I believe it would be a very perfect ending to this storyline, this trilogy, wrap it all up. And remember, I've said before, it's not just about Sidney. Now, this article just really focuses on Sidney Prescott, and that's fine because she's going to be there, I believe, and especially in 7. Whenever Stu comes back, she's going to be there, a part of the mix, I believe. But there's reasons beyond Sidney Prescott for Stu to return, reasons that make sense in the current storyline, especially this with Sam being Billy Loomis's daughter. I mean, the minute Radio Silence and James, the guy who wrote the movie, when they made that decision that she is the daughter of Billy Loomis, that immediately opened the door for Stu Macher without Sidney Prescott even being there. There's enough reason for Stu to return now because of that. So anyway, I go into that more in my video, Stu's Motives. So go check it out, guys. It's called Stu's Motives. And I go into what I believe are the 3 top motives for his return. And this article really ties in nicely with my recent Stu videos because this gives us another angle and something else to think about. That, the change of location, could it really enhance the chances of his return? and I think it makes some valid points. So guys, I hope you enjoyed that. Now I want to hear what you though have to say. I want to hear your thoughts. And what do you think about the article that suggests this change of location from Woodsboro could be a clue that Stu Macher'S returning in Scream 6? So I want to know what you think. Start leaving your thoughts, your theories, ideas, anything. Leave it all for me right now in the comments section below of this video so we can begin discussing it together. Well, guys, that's going to be it for this update, but I will be back soon with more Scream and other horror movie content. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And until next time, this is Craving Something Scary, where it's all horror all the time. Thanks for watching.